Conspectio et secta diabolica, in nomine et virtute Domini nostri Jesu Christi, eradicare et effugare.
Welcome, Boo Crew, to another episode of Paranormal Howl Hour. I am your host, Paranormal Howl, and with me is my spooky sass.
What's up? Hello.
What up, Jinx? How you doing, girl?
I'm good. I feel like we haven't done this in forever.
But we did last week.
I know. That just means that we had a really good week.
I guess so. Yeah, it did seem like a very long time. I have to give it to you. It definitely did seem like... It's okay. It was just my chair that did that.
I know. We've had enough accidents today.
We haven't even started, and you're already, like, getting jumpy over there. Woofed.
Oh, man.
Well, I have to say, we have a birthday in the house, Boo Crew.
Whoop, whoop.
So put your hands together because our boy Jack turned 2 years old today.
We're in the terrible twos.
Yes, we are. And he's extremely vocal today. Not like he's not every other day, but
He's kind of been through it today, though. You know.
yeah, he has. He's had a very eventful day.
He has.
Shout out to the girls at PetSmart. They gave him an awesome nail trimming.
Yeah, they did.
He's gotten lots of love. And Jinx, you got him this cool new toy that he cannot penetrate. This dog has massive chompers, and he's getting so mad because just Jinx bought him this toy that he can't handle. Oh, and I may have spoken too soon.
Well, I think he just now realized what side he's really supposed to be chewing on. So for those of you, I know you do not have a visual, but yes, our dog has crocodile teeth, to say the least. And I got him a toy that looks like rock candy.
And you baked him a cake.
What? Yes.
Yes.
Spooky sweets and treats. Baked him some treats. Yes.
Dog
We
safe,
did
obviously.
carrot applesauce cake pop. It's been a long week. It's going to be a long couple. I think it's going to be like a long fall for me. But we have things going on. You did a number on the house.
Thanks. I know that is a compliment.
It is amazing. Not that we would ever share where we live, but she did an absolute amazing job on the house decorating.
Thanks.
We just bought 2 bat skeletons today that I'm in love with.
Yeah, we went to my sister's house to go and bring them some spooky sweets and treats. We got Halloween decoration envy. So shout out to my sister and my brother for having awesome decorations.
We just stole your idea.
We did.
Times 2.
We got that bat, and I put them in the trees just like you did. I couldn't help myself.
Yeah,
Those were awesome.
they are. They're going to be so awesome. They're going to scare the crap out of our early morning walkers, but
Not that was the intention, but that's just a bonus.
it is. I think we should announce what we do for spooky season because it's right at our back door.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to actually add that to our website so everyone can follow along, or if you want to do your own. Every year we do 31 days of Halloween movies where every day we watch a new Halloween movie starting from the 1st of October all the way to the 31st. Yeah, it's just kind of like sort of a thing that we've done since we first met, and we've just been doing it ever since, and it's a lot of fun. And this is coming out on the 2nd. So our first and second movies. Our first movie was The Shining. We started off strong.
Yeah, we did.
And then the second movie we watched was Things Heard and Seen.
Things Heard and Seen.
Yeah, so we started with the classic, and we watched it on Fever TV. And then the second movie, Things Heard and Seen, is actually a movie. It's a Netflix movie. That's where you can find those if you want to play along.
Things Heard and Seen is new. Like it's
2021.
Yeah, but it was good.
Yeah, it was good. Minna Seyfried is in it.
Yeah.
It's good. They were both really, I mean, we started off really strong with The Shining.
I know.
That was good. That was a good start to this. So, yes. So we were in day 2. We do fair warning. We're recording this September 29th. This comes out October 2nd. We have started because we have so much to do in October. We do prep ahead, but we always keep track.
Yeah.
Because we have so much we want to make sure that we do reach that 31 days of Halloween. So it's just more attainable that way.
Sometimes we double up.
Yeah.
Too.
Full transparency. We don't watch all 31 and count them, throughout the year. We start like the week before October.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. That's the only head start that we give ourselves. And we keep, yeah.
I mean, we really could have given ourselves like a really big head start and started off with the new Beetlejuice because we did.
We did, but that's cheating. That was the beginning of September.
Oh, come on.
Well, the old Beetlejuice is on there. We could watch that. Yeah. Just wanted to keep that on there. And if you go to www.paranormalhowl.com, that page, I will put that'll be a special page. Maybe I'll put it right on the front page, actually, the home page.
Okay.
So everyone can follow along if you want to.
You guys have any like
movie suggestions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know. Because, I mean, we definitely stick with OGs. Michael is hers. Freddie is mine.
Yeah, of course. There's ones that we have to watch every year, at least once.
Yeah, the Michael Marathon was on for you the other day.
Yeah, but I can't count that. I was like doing stuff and you weren't watching. You were baking. So
you were decorating.
Yeah. So I had the Halloween marathon on while I was decorating. Got me in the spirit.
It'll come back around.
But there are ones that we have to watch every year that are like the repeats, but it's just because they're like staples. So,
yeah.
But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, any ones that you want us to check out, we have strong stomachs and we are not afraid of much. So do your worst.
Except clowns.
Well, I'm scared of clowns, but I can handle them.
Okay, well, I can handle some of it. I'm getting to where some of the gore and guts gets to me, but I still want to watch it.
Well, I'm not going first this week. You're going first this week. Am I going first this week? Shit. Who went? Oh, you went first. Okay, so I'll go, but I have to pee.
Woohoo!
Hello, Clarice. Okay. So I guess I'm going first.
Okay. I gotta give a notebook.
I really liked your vampire story last week. I was listening to the episode and I was like, I got so mad at her for talking about tuberculosis so much. So I just want to apologize for being such a dick last week.
You were?
I felt like I was.
Constructive criticism.
It was a good story. So I was struggling. I have 3 stories in the chamber and I didn't know which one to go with. I'm going to be doing my story on a place that you and I actually frequent this place in passing often. What?
Do I get the guesses this time?
I'll give you 3 guesses. Okay.
Remington Arms.
I didn't even give you clues yet.
Oh.
All right. So the first clue is Connecticut.
Remington Arms.
No. I
Damn.
just told you no like 3 times.
Oh, but I really wanted it to be because you guys, if y'all don't know, it is crumbled down now.
The shot tower is still
the
up.
shot tower is up. That's
But
it.
majority of Remington Arms is
It is no more. I wonder if it's going to stay haunted if they rebuild something there.
probably. That's what's going to happen with Norwich Hospital.
Is that what you did?
No.
Oh.
So for my second clue,
Oh my God.
Island.
Island.
Yeah.
Island. You did Charles Island.
I did Charles Island. You didn't even let me get to the third clue. I was making up those clues on the fly.
I'm getting good at this guessing game.
Yeah, you are.
That's good. I'm ready to hear about this,
Oh,
though, because I don't know much about Charles Island.
Okay. When we go on our drives, we pass it. We see it.
We
all,
say hi.
all the time. And every time we pass it, I say, ooh, that's haunted. But for all the years that we've been driving past it and I say, ooh, it's haunted, I never really give you any background story.
No, you don't.
Just another dick move of mine.
But, I get it, though, because, it's an island out there, and I can kind of conceptually get how it's spooky because, on any given ride, if it's foggy or murky, it looks creepy as hell. Okay, so Charles Island.
Yes. So in honor of you, me, our drives, and taking the boy for a ride,
I
I
love our
decided
rides.
to do Charles Island so you could kind of get the backstory and then you can look at it every time we go near it, around it, past.
I mean, water scares the shit out of me anyways, so like I don't know that I'll ever get a chance to go out there, but
So here's the story of Charles Island.
okay.
Nestled just a short distance off the coast of Milford, Connecticut, Charles Island may appear at first glance to be just another small, rocky landmass. But beneath its seemingly tranquil surface lies a history rich with mystery, legends, and countless eerie occurrences, from pirate curses and buried treasure to sacred Native American grounds and ghostly apparitions. Charles Island is a microcosm of Connecticut's folklore, offering a glimpse into the past that is equally fascinating and haunting. So, Charles Island is actually accessible by foot during low tide, thanks to a tumbelow, which is a narrow land bridge of sand and stone that connects it to Silver Sand State Park.
What?
Yeah, so it's also the same phenomenon that contributes to the island's mystique. The rising tide often traps unwary travelers, seemingly working in concert with the island's storied curses to ensure that only those respectful of its secrets make it out in one piece. So, or if you have a jet ski or a boat.
So like you got all kinds of stuff going on.
Well,
You got
so
pirates, you got
Mhm.
natives.
Well, wait, you're gonna
Are there goats?
are there what?
Are there goats?
Goats?
Yeah. A lot of times like states will put like if they have islands like out in the middle to keep the forage down. They'll put goats out.
No.
They do that in Minnesota.
Okay. Well, Dorothy, we're not in Minnesota.
I know. I was
Okay.
just asking because that would make it even a lot. I would probably try to trudge the low tide to get out there. Maybe if there were goats. No! Maybe. I don't know. You know how much I like goats.
Okay, but no.
Okay.
Okay.
Off topic.
All right. So, before European settlers arrived in New England, the region around Milford, including Charles Island, was inhabited by the Passaugat people. The Passaugat were a part of the Algonquin language family, which you've talked about the Algonquins before.
Yeah.
Yes. And they were known for their resourcefulness, establishing numerous villages along the Housatonic and Quinnipiac rivers. The island named Pocohog by the Passaugat was considered a sacred site used for seasonal hunting, fishing, and possibly even ceremonial purposes. The belief that the land was sacred may be the earliest root of the tales of curses that persist to this day. According to oral traditions, the Passaugat chief invoked a curse upon the land when European settlers began encroaching on their territory and threatening their way of life. Some say that the island's modern misfortunes and eerie happenings are a direct result of this ancient curse, warning away those who would disrespect or exploit the land. The first recorded ownership of Charles Island by European settlers dates back to 1657, when it was purchased by a settler named Thomas Welch. Over the next few decades, the island changed hands several times and saw varied attempts at development, including farming and private residences. Because, like, that's a thing in Connecticut. Well, you know what? It's like a thing in New England. People living on islands.
It's just not normal for me. To me, I come from the middle of the United States, so like to live.
Right. I mean, I brought you to see like, Thimble Island and like Guilford and all that, like where all those islands are, and there's freaking houses on them.
It's beautiful.
It's
but
great.
Would I do it? I don't think so.
Probably not.
No.
You know, a lot of horror movies. You need to know where your exits are at all times.
Yeah, there's not a lot of exits when there's just water.
Right. So none of these ventures lasted for long. Many attributed this to the quote unquote bad luck surrounding the island, a phrase that would continue to resonate in local folklore. One notable settler, Charles Deal, made a substantial amount at establishing a plantation on the island in the early 18th century.
Oh,
He tried to grow tobacco, which is was a popular cash crop, but his efforts were thwarted by poor soil quality and allegedly supernatural disturbances. Eventually, Deal abandoned the island, and it was said that he left in despair, muttering about curses and strange happenings that drove him from his land.
So it drove him mad.
Well, no, he was just pissed and he was talking about it.
Oh.
But like,
So it was already cursed from the native?
it was cursed from the Sagas. Listen, I apologize about my pronunciation. I really do.
Yeah. I'm bad about it. You do a lot better than I do. But
I mean, I try to listen on YouTube, like pronounce things when I don't know a word.
I feel like any time that the natives had ownership of something and colonial Americans came in, whether it was in the middle of the United States, the East Coast, the West Coast, whatever, shit just goes awry.
Yeah. And, I don't blame them for putting a curse or wishing bad. Not because, listen, you and I have had this conversation before.
Oh, yeah.
But, someone does you dirty, they get what they get.
Yeah.
So now I want to talk about the pirate side of this.
Okay.
Which is awesome because I think in a past life I was definitely a pirate.
Okay, not to interrupt you, but so did Charles Island get the name Charles Island because he took ownership of it and tried to farmstead it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No discussion about Charles Island would be complete without diving into one of its most famous legends, that of Captain William Kidd. Have you ever heard of that pirate?
But did he bury the blooms? They could be rich.
Captain Kidd was a Scottish sea captain who was first hired as a privateer to protect English interests, but later turned to piracy.
Whoa.
His exploits in the Caribbean and along the American coastline earned him both infamy and wealth. You've never heard of Captain Kidd before?
Sorry, I have not.
Oh, you know what though? Connecticut, there's a lot of pirate history here.
Remember where I come? I come from the desert, girl.
But I brought you to Mystic. Remember the pirate ships?
Yeah, I love it all.
It's cool.
It intrigues me, but I didn't grow up around it, so
It's okay.
I love it though.
It's okay. I teach you the ways. So Captain Kidd was captured in Boston in 1699 and later hanged in London in 1701. But before his arrest, however, Kidd allegedly buried portions of his ill-gotten treasure at various locations along the New England coast. Charles Island is one such site rumored to be the resting place of hidden pirate gold. The story goes that Kidd, aware of his imminent capture, buried the treasure with a curse to deter anyone who might try to retrieve it. So there have been attempts to find Captain Kidd's treasure, and the first documented attempt to locate his treasure on Charles Island occurred in the early 1800s. According to the local legend, a group of treasure hunters from Milford, armed with picks, shovels, and torches, made their way to the island on a stormy night. Of course, it had to be a stormy night, right?
Come on, guys. Let's think about this.
As they began to dig, strange phenomena occurred. Blue flames flickered around their digging site, and eerie voices were heard calling their names. Terrified, the men abandoned their quest and fled the island. No one has ever claimed to have found the treasure, but several have attempted, only to be met with failure and inexplicable bad luck. Folklorists have pointed out that such stories of ghostly flames and disembodied voices are common in treasure legends, particularly those involving pirates. These motifs serve to add an element of danger and mystery, often discouraging casual treasure hunters from desecrating the site. Whether one believes in the curse or not, the treasure of Captain Kidd remains hidden, if it ever existed at all. So, I guess we'll just get a jet ski and a metal detector and head out to the island, see if we can find some treasure.
Okay, but blue flames?
Yeah, it's actually common in a lot of ghost pirate stories.
Yeah, I was about to say, because when you mentioned the blue flames, so I know that anybody that likes pirate stories, right, knows about Oak Island.
Yeah.
I mean, the show, right? They've all but dug up the whole island looking for it. But yeah, some of them had seen blue flames there too.
Mm-hmm. And actually, it's very common to still see them to this day. So,
seriously?
Yeah, but I'll get to that part.
Okay.
In 1858, Charles Island was actually purchased by the Roman Catholic Diocese of Hartford.
I knew religion was going to come into this because they love islands. They do. Oak Island.
The church owns Oak Island?
No, remember what do you call them? The people that were interested with the cup and all of that stuff. What are
Like
they
the Holy Grail, you're talking about
Yeah.
that?
Mm-mm.
So the intention was to turn the island into a place for spiritual retreat and reflection away from the bustling towns and cities of Connecticut. A large building was constructed to house the faithful during their time of reflection, and the island took on a new identity, a tranquil, almost monastic refuge.
Sounds nice.
Right? However, even the retreat was not free from the island's supposed curse. Records from the diocese indicate that several accidents and incidents occurred during the construction of the retreat building, including mysterious injuries to workers and even deaths under bizarre circumstances.
Oh, no.
These accidents were seen by some as proof that the Pawcasset curse was real and that the island was rejecting any attempts at permanent settlement. So during its time as a retreat, several visitors reported strange and unsettling experiences on the island. Some spoke of hearing voices calling to them from forested parts of the island, while others reported seeing shadowy figures moving in the distance.
Mm-mm.
These accounts were largely dismissed by church officials, naturally, but the stories persisted, adding another layer to the island's growing reputation as a haunted place. One particularly eerie story involves a young priest who stayed on the island in the late 19th century. He reportedly saw a ghostly ship anchored just off the coast of the island one foggy evening. He claimed that the ship appeared to be from the 18th century, with tattered sails and shadowy figures on deck. When he turned to approach, the ship vanished without a trace. The sighting has often been linked to the legend of Captain Kidd, with some believing the spirits of Kidd's crew continue to watch over their buried treasure. Spooky. In the more recent years, Charles Island has become a popular destination for paranormal investigators. Groups have visited the island armed with cameras, voice recorders, and other devices in an attempt to capture evidence of ghostly activity. EVP recordings have allegedly picked up voices saying phrases like, "Leave the island," and "the treasure is cursed." Photographs taken on the island have also shown strange orbs of light, often considered by paranormal enthusiasts to be manifestations of spirits, while skeptics attribute these orbs to camera malfunctions or natural light reflections. Believers argue that the consistency and positions of the orbs suggest something more supernatural. So there are some first-hand accounts. There are local residents of Milford and visitors to the island that have shared numerous first-hand accounts of eerie experiences. A Milford local recounted his story of being stranded on the island after high tide cut off his return route. According to this person, as darkness fell, he began to hear faint whispers and the sounds of footsteps circling his camp. Despite shining his flashlight, he saw nothing. When he finally made it back to the mainland the next morning, he swore never to return to Charles Island. Another chilling tale involves a group of friends who visited the island in the early 2000s. As they explored the interior of the island, they reported feeling an overwhelming sense of dread. One member of the group claimed she saw a figure standing between the trees, dressed in what appeared to be colonial-era clothing. The figure reportedly vanished before her eyes, leaving her shaken and convinced that the island was truly haunted. In terms of the blue lights, one of the most persistent ghost stories associated with Charles Island involves the appearance of mysterious blue lights. These blue lights are said to appear on stormy nights, flickering around the island's edge and moving as if guided by unseen hands. Some believe that these lights are the spirits of the pirates guarding their treasure, while others think that it's connected to secret rituals of the Pawcasset. Reports of these blue lights date back over a century, and they continue to this day. Scientists have proposed that the lights could be caused by a natural phenomenon known as St. Elmo's fire, which is a type of electrical discharge often seen during thunderstorms. However, this explanation doesn't sit well with those who have seen the lights and felt an inexplicable sense of being watched. Now, you and I have been there from a distance, seen it. There's actually, I'm not going to discount anyone's belief, but being a healthy skeptic, there are a lot of distractions surrounding that island. You get a lot of light, a lot of reflection, and you see a lot of different things surrounding that island from the shore. So I guess it's one of those things where you have to see it to believe it. But for being an island, right, it's a secluded piece of land. It is really busy surrounding the island.
It is. I mean, there's a lot of people like from what do you call it? Like that the little yard where you keep your boat, you know.
The dock?
Yeah.
The shipping yard?
Yeah,
I mean
the
the dock,
shipyard.
not shipping yard. That's for boats that are shipping. Boatyard.
Yeah. So like all the way out, like you have land on one side and then you have land on the other. I would be curious to know what the people on like the other, like not the side that we're on, but like on the other side,
Mm-hmm.
what they see, because I feel like that side is closer to the island. It probably isn't. You're in a sound, and there's markers for the big ships that come in and stuff. So
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to discount it either, but
I don't
like,
want to. Yeah, I don't want to discount it, but it's very busy for a place that's not busy.
but like, I'm sorry if I'm gonna be seeing like apparitions with like colonial wear on. I'm gonna be asking some questions.
Yeah, today, currently, Charles Island is part of Silver Sand State Park, and it's protected as a natural reserve. From May through August, the island serves as a sanctuary for nesting birds, including herons and egrets, which we do see a lot
Oh
of.
wow.
During these months, access to the island is restricted to protect the delicate ecosystem and ensure that the birds are not disturbed, which I totally respect. The island status is a protected area. As a protected area, adds to its mystique, supposedly, as public access is limited. These restrictions have helped preserve both the natural beauty of the island and its eerie abandoned atmosphere, making it an attractive destination for those interested in Connecticut's haunted history. I would still go there. I mean, when you're allowed to.
Yeah.
We just need to get a jet ski.
No jet ski.
We want to
Dude,
you want a kayak out there?
You're looking at somebody that doesn't like water.
Well,
So
then I'll go.
You're gonna give me the biggest boat.
No. I'm not
yes.
going to rent a fucking yacht to go take you 100 yards. Get out of here.
Well, you're not gonna give me some dinghy either.
I'm going to give you a radio and I'm going to let you know what I see, and you're going to have a bad case of FOMO. So I mentioned the Tumbalo earlier. It's one of the unique features of Charles Island.
Yeah.
It connects to the mainland land on low tide, and you've seen it before in different parts of the beach where people can just walk out.
We have one close to us.
Yeah. So while the land bridge allows easy access, it also poses a significant danger. The tide rises quickly, and many visitors have found themselves stranded when the water's cut off their path back to shore, which is funny, but also, if you knew the people around here, it's not surprising. And rescue operations are not uncommon. And several people have needed to be saved after misjudging the timing of the tides. Go figure. And this element of danger adds to the island's allure, or, Connecticut resident stupidity. And hey, I'm allowed to say it. I'm a resident here, and I'm going to say it. I was born and raised here.
I mean, I still don't have like the low tide, high tide thing worked out in my head yet. So,
I mean,
I'd be one of those stupid people.
But also, like, the people that are going there and doing this, they're residents of Connecticut. They've been around the water. They're coast people.
Yeah.
So, that's embarrassing.
Not unless they're like,
It's embarrassing.
Paranormal, like, people that are going out that.
If they're paranormal people going out,
they better have a
they
boat.
have some set of survival skills that they have acquired over time.
I would hope so.
These.
Yahoos.
I'm gonna stop talking shit about Connecticut.
Yahoos.
Yep. We know who you are. You should be embarrassed. Okay, I'm done. So some believe the tides are part of the island's protective curse, working to keep unwanted visitors away or to punish those who overstay their welcome. Good. Be punished. Okay, I'm done for real this time. Charles Island is a place where history, legend, and nature converge in fascinating and sometimes frightening ways. From its origins as a sacred Native American site to its rumored role as a pirate's hiding place for treasure, the island has been the setting for countless stories of adventure, misfortune, and the supernatural. The Roman Catholic retreat added a further layer of spirituality and perhaps lingering spirits to this already storied landscape. Whether or not you believe in curses or ghostly apparitions, there's no denying the power of Charles Island legends. I just think that it's super cool that it went from pirates to the church. It's very confusing.
I mean, I'm not surprised though.
But I mean, Charles Island, it's an island and it offers an opportunity to step into a different world. It's not too far from land, but I can only imagine when you're on that piece of land, how far away you must feel,
Yeah, I mean,
but I would totally go. You'd have to fuck up.
I mean, I've fucked up and I've gone out on the water. I mean, I used to love going fishing. I mean, I'm from the land of 10,000 lakes, right?
You lived there.
I lived there. And they were gorgeous and they were beautiful. And I would get out on the boat and I would go fishing where I had my little cabin. There was actually a little island and people had houses out there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's my story.
I love your story.
It was a sweet.
I'm
little
going to
story.
look at Charles Island differently now. Like I'm going to be like, really? Okay, you drive. I want to look this time, kind of, just to see if I can see anything.
Usually drive. Yeah.
Well, we take turns. So I have questions. Do you think that there's like the spirit of Captain Kidd? That I've seen too many Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know.
I think you're right. I don't know. I think that water holds a lot of energy.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's not very far fetched and it's very undisturbed. So I think that it's definitely possible that you have a lot of different spirits from a lot of different realms, from a lot of different times that are there, and it starts with the Native Americans. It always starts with the Native Americans.
yeah.
They really leave their mark.
I'd like to take Amy Allen out there. Tell me what you hear.
Only if I could take Amy Bruni out.
Okay, you take Bruni. I'll take Allen. Okay, so last question.
Yeah.
Is the building still out there?
I don't know. We never see a building. So next time
Yeah.
we're going to take our fucking, you know what? Maybe after this we'll go out there and we'll take our binoculars.
Okay.
We'll go try to look. We probably won't see anything
Because
dark.
that sparked my interest because I've
I've never seen a building there.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's not there anymore.
I mean, it would hold retreat for like the birds and like the animals, obviously
Right.
now. But
Right. I would think that it built in the 1800s and, left there. One would think that nature would have taken it over,
yeah,
or they knocked it down and just put it back to what it was. But there's so many trees. There are a lot of trees over there. So you can't really see what's going on.
yeah. I mean, it was a farmstead, and then then they tried to make it a
Well, the building went up when
retreat.
when the church was there.
Okay, but like, where did Charles live though? He had to have somewhere that he lived.
I lived in a damn tent. Didn't it say? It said he was in a campground. It said it. You didn't listen to my story.
I did listen to your story, but when
Okay.
you say campground, like he could have made like a little makeshift
No,
little
that's
cabin.
fucking glamping. All right, we don't do that around here.
I get it. All right, I get it.
All right,
All right, fine. I liked your story.
thanks.
I wanna go snoop now.
Okay, we can. I'm sure we can. I'm sure we can pay someone with a boat to go out there. Just leave us there.
We're not staying. No,
Oh, just a
Okay.
day trip.
early day trip.
Boring, but okay.
All right, I got a pretty short story for you.
I have no idea what your stories are.
I know, and like I felt like I put so much energy into my next two stories that I have for you guys, and then I'm looking at it and I'm like going, "Whoa, I don't have much."
It's okay. It's quality over quantity.
Yeah, and I really read. I was into my reading this week. Maybe that's why I delved down into everything. Okay, so this week we're going to Alaska.
Oh shit.
Never been, but I wanted to do something like outside the box. Like paranormal people they don't go out to you don't hear very many stories from Alaska.
You don't, but there are a lot of movies and TV shows about Alaska, and they're always fucking scary, except for
Mhm.
the proposal. But you have so many different stories and movies that
Yeah, if you haven't watched, what's that one with Jodie Foster?
True Detective Night Country with Jodie Foster.
Yes, you guys need to watch it. It's amazing.
It's really good.
Yeah.
You can always tell the mark of an exceptional actor or actress when they are usually a main character, but they're able to pull off a supporting character.
Yeah.
And not steal the show. That just made me really appreciate Jodie Foster's talents even more.
Yeah.
She really let the other actors showcase.
Yeah, it was good. Okay, so we're going to the coast of Alaska.
Yeah.
My first thought of when I was doing this, it was like, okay, well, there's no mermaids, there's no nothing. But like when you think of things in the water, those are the first couple of things that I think of besides sharks. Like if I want to think of something nice. But You think of mermaids, kind-hearted, beautiful, half fish, half human maidens, right? And then there's the sirens that entice you, pull you under, not so nice.
Those are scary.
Those are scary, but I'm still intrigued by them, which brings us to the third thing that you could potentially find in the water, which is a kalupali.
A what?
A kalupali.
A kalupali?
Kalupali.
Kalupali.
Mhm.
Kalupali.
Leek. Like leek?
Oh,
like you eat a leek?
Kalupalik.
Mm-hmm.
Kalupalik.
Yes, it is native. We're sticking with the native stuff here.
Okay. Kalupalik.
Yes. So this is the legend of the Kalupaliks. It is a figure that is both mesmerizing and chilling to Alaskan ears. It is a water spirit that is recognized by the Inuit as a cryptid called the Child Snatcher.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. The Inuit describe the Kalupalik as a snatcher of wayward children who venture too close to the frigid waters. The sea-dwelling humanoid, with her uncanny charms, specifically her humming to lure her prey into her vices, and threatening aura, has an appearance that differs across tales told, but they are almost always commonalities. The main difference between it seems to some describe it more as a male figure, whereas more times than not, it is told in the female perspective.
Okay, so they can be male or female.
They can be male or female, depending on, what legend you want it to come from.
Okay.
And the way that people have described seeing it.
Sure.
The physical description of a Kalupali is key to understanding its role as a child snatcher in the Inuit folklore, as its eerie existence as a sea spirit. The mythical figure is often described as having ghastly green hue, with her skin typically scaly and slimy to the touch.
Ew.
Well, she
gross.
She lives in the water.
He gross. They gross.
She has a mane of dark, mangled, tangled long hair, extraordinarily long arms, and terrifyingly long talons.
Oh, God. Well, yeah, you're in the water. Your nails are going to grow fast.
Yeah, salt water at that. It is said that they have two flippers. One is able to emit a shrill sound that paralyzes its victims. The semi-aquatic form is further emphasized by the presence of fins that sprout from the head, neck, and torso. Okay, so they also have the ability to alter their appearance through a technique which is called, mind my pronunciation here, I'm sorry people, pollutimenic. They try to trick, so they, in essence, can shapeshift if they want to. But what the Inuits had found out that they're the most vulnerable when they shapeshift. So they would try to get the shapeshift so that they could lure it to shore and capture it.
So would they shapeshift into something familiar, or would they shapeshift into something innocent?
Innocent. Like it could be like a whale or an otter or something from the sea.
Okay.
Mostly, most of the tales that I had read about were whales and otters.
Okay.
So, but yeah, they lose a lot of their...
I'd be dead. Otters are cute. I'd be dead. They'd be snatching me.
I mean, it works both ways, right? I mean, it's at its weakest, so you could essentially kill it, or it could come up on you and, change back into the Kalupalik. But you're not a child, so there's a...
I'm a child at heart.
Yeah. So the Kalupalik make their home primarily in the frigid depths of all of the Arctic waters along the northern shores of Alaska, but parts of Canada as well. So the Canadians could see it too. This spirit, the Kalupalik, is notorious for taking young victims into her hamatuk, which is a type of pouch that the Inuits would have. That wasn't uncommon to see females with those. So why not a child snatcher, right?
I know exactly what this thing looks like. I just realized what you're talking about. This thing is terrifying. Okay, continue.
So, depending on the narrative, some say she consumes these children for the innocent energy to remain immortal, while others propose she nurtures them beneath the sea as if they were her own offspring.
Hmm.
Nevertheless,
It sounds like Hollywood.
Nevertheless, they are never to be seen again. Sometimes the Kalupa leak will knock under the ice, drawing a child to a weak part or a hole in the ice to steal them away. So it's a tall tale, but it's a story with reason, because a lot of the Inuits and other natives would use this story to teach the children about the risk of getting too close to the water. So the tale is a crucial part of the indigenous people, ingrained deeply in their daily lives, and serves as a lesson about respecting nature and the unknown. There are tales of children willingly being given to the Kwobalik as well. One such tale is about a grandmother and her grandson struggling without food. The grandmother called upon the Kalupalik to come and take him away, as she was not able to feed him and he would be better off. Yeah.
Not if the Kalopalik was hungry. You got a 50-50 shot.
So
Hopefully he wasn't fat, because
I mean, true. You got a 50-50 shot, right? So once the tribe was able to successfully hunt again, a young Inuit couple took it upon themselves to try to retrieve the child.
What? This is not a fucking pawn shop, people. The Kalupalik is the child trafficking pawn shop.
Yeah. So they were able to track them down. They were able to track the child down, tethered to a piece of seaweed. The Kalupalik, they could not escape, so they would essentially just tie them to the seaweed. However, they were not able to retrieve him because the Kalupalik would drag him back under the waves whenever they got too close. So it was kind of like the carrot to the horse kind of thing. Haha, here he is, you can't have him.
Oh my god, this kid probably drowned. Chinese water torture.
Yeah.
That's waterboarding.
So they would try to stealthily hide nearby and cut him loose while the Kalupalik slept. And they cut him loose and he rose once again.
Oh, it was a happy story.
This tale has some versions of the grandmother giving the child to the Kalupalik as a punishment, while others speak of him becoming a great hunter after he was rescued.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
Well,
So
it's that version. That version's nice.
That version's nice. Yeah, but yeah, so that's it. I mean, it's like a tall tale with meaning, and I definitely don't discard these kind of stories, because they just have so much meaning to the people that have them. I mean, it's just like you can't take away stories and beliefs from indigenous or natives, because that's their whole lives, and it has a wonderful meaning to it.
Very strong culture. Very great stories. Very strong lessons.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched like what is that show? The Alaska Out,
The Alaskan, the Bush people.
Yeah, but there's one where she's Inuit and married and taught her husband how to live the Inuit way.
Yeah,
and her children at a very young, like in the Amata, would go out hunting with her.
Wow,
from birth on, and they're master hunters. And I was like, oh man. I mean, this thing is like terrifying. Like, I have seen pictures of like what it could look like. So I put one.
It's scary as shit.
I mean, it's got like seaweed like hanging off of her hair. And like the almond, she's got like 4 or 5. Like, she's got like a little kid
in her
up
sack.
Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 of them that I'm looking at. And like and it looks like she's made just like solely out of like veins, and like her hands are. Think of the worst wicked witch in the world, and then that's what you got. And that's my story.
That was good. I like that. I really like the Alaskan, the Inuit culture. I like hearing stories like that.
I don't like the cold.
Well, not all of Alaska is cold. I mean, it's not cold. It's not ice and snow it's very green and beautiful.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever been there, but
We've seen it on TV.
I've seen things.
Yeah.
That's a wrap for another episode of Paranormal Howl Hour. We hope you enjoyed the ghostly tales and spine-tingling stories we've shared tonight. If you've got a thirst for more supernatural secrets and eerie encounters, make sure you like and subscribe to our podcast. You can find us on all your favorite podcast platforms. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, and Stitcher. We're also available at iHeartRadio.com. So no matter where you tune in, we've got you covered. Want to join the conversation or share your own paranormal experiences? Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We would love to hear your ghost stories and spooky theories, so don't be shy. Send your stories over to boocrewhq@hotmail.com with a chance to be featured on an episode of the Howlcast. Your support keeps the haunt alive and brings you more spine-chilling content. Until next time, keep your lanterns lit and your minds open. The shadows are always lurking. Keep howling.
Ow!